My name is Judah Phillips, and I'm the co-founder of Squark. And we're going to talk today about how actions beat insights, whether within the context of automated machine learning and within the context of what my company Squark does. So Squark helps marketing and sales leaders predict what's going to happen in their business. And we use automated machine learning as a large part of our product. And so I'm going to put the lens of marketing on this presentation, though automated machine learning has applicability, as Eric was saying, across many different industries and many different use cases. Many of you have probably seen this before. This is Scott Brinker, Chief Martech's marketing technology landscape from last year. As I understand this, has grown by about 2,000 marketing technology vendors in the last year. And during that time, it seems like there's been an AI wash across the marketing industry well, Eric, what do you think? How many of these companies advertise some sort of AI-enabled capability within their product?
Oh, these days, I'd say we're probably looking at realistically 5 to 10% who talk about it and really mean that. There's probably another 10% who talk about it and don't really mean it. But that number is going to be changing dramatically as time goes by. It's going to spike, quite frankly. It's going to be everywhere. I'd suggest that probably within 5 years, 30 to 40% of these companies will actively be using AI inside their platform.
Right. And that's just within the platform. So the application of AI and ML within business units and within marketing teams is probably even smaller. And we can see that, right, as the current state largely focused on, business intelligence and marketing. It shows that the industry is largely looking backward to drive forward. That descriptive and diagnostic analytics, the land of KPIs and dashboards and data visualizations, is largely the way that information is ported and denoted and made into information within companies. And we call that insights, right? But the actions that we're looking for are really forward thinking. As I was mentioning, it's akin to driving your car, looking in the rearview mirror to drive forward with simply insights. Combining the best insights with predictive and prescriptive actions leads to the ability to automate into the future. And that's squarely where we're placing, Squark and our embedded automated machine learning capability. As a result of the current state, though, what we found is that marketing decisions are not easy, right? They're largely descriptive and reactive. Folks are looking at data tables, columns of data, and they're left to report and sort, drill up, drill down, segment, filter. And as the data gets larger, and as the data gets more proliferant and coming from different sources, the average MarTech leader has anywhere between 5 to 125 different tools, depending on the enterprise size. Reporting and sorting and trying to use traditional BI approaches isn't practical, and it's certainly not predictive. Even when you get into the more cutting edge data visualization capabilities that are increasingly more common, whether in the paid BI community or in the open source community, data visualization is great for understanding patterns and trends and outliers and populations. And, it can even be drilled down and drilled up and filtered. And you can start to narrate stories and complement charts and graphs and, actions on the ground. It becomes more practical, right, than just simply reporting and KPI dashboarding, but it's not predictive. Sure, you can put a regression line. You can get a stacked bar with a forecast for the next period and a histogram. But largely, data visualization and the underlying data that supports it isn't predictive enough to take action. Marketing, so with many businesses, is largely left with descriptive insights, looking at data tables and making pretty charts and graphs, and then telling stories about things. And that's great. It's necessary, but there's a whole mathematical component that machine learning and artificial intelligence can easily bring into the marketing sector that really doesn't exist even across the stack of 5,000 to 7,000 marketing technologies. So when you're looking at a data table like this, all customers who might churn, right? You can start to derive this, enrich this data, enhance your customer record, look at tenure and, products and features that they've bought, demographic information. Descriptive insights might get you there, you might be able to tell your VP of customer success, who to prioritize next Monday morning for that weekly churn meeting. About predictive actions, in this case, classifying customers into their, predictive segments or their predictive response becomes possible with machine learning on the same data set. Here, instead of having to guess or visualize or storytell, you can pinpoint with validated accuracy the likelihood of a customer in the future to churn based on learning from your past churn data. So you go from having descriptive actions or insights to predictive actions with machine learning. Who to talk to on that, or who to tell that VP of customer success on that Monday morning meeting who to talk to. Now, predictive actions, they're harder than descriptive insights. First of all, there's costly software generally involved, regardless of open source. There's hardware and there's resource costs, right? The general paradigm that the industry has been told to develop predictive insights is to hire data scientists. They're rare, right? They're expensive. Most of the best ones are either self-employed or employed already. And, our research indicates that approximately 80% of data scientists have less than 3 years of business experience. So the idea of an executive spending hardware, software, full-time headcount dollars, and then allocating more junior scientists to deliver business value can work. And I'm sure it works for many companies, but many companies can't afford it. Or as I mentioned before, with only 13% of ML models coming into production, it seems like it's been a largely unsuccessful endeavor. For many companies, as a result of the cost, can become big projects, long lead times, and data science may be embedded into products, but may wither on the vine a bit within the business units themselves. Great technologies embedded with AI may have marketing teams that aren't using AI or ML. So we think that automated machine learning as a generalized category has a lot of applicability to marketing. That predictive marketing actions can occur in one place. And as we've built out Squark over the last several years, we found more and more of our customers using Squark for marketing use cases just like these, whether it's predicting response behavior across the customer journey, to understanding loyalty and retention better, to being able to predict revenue and costs and do more advanced automations that include targeting and personalization. We think that instead of having to buy multiple technologies that use the nomenclature of AI and ML, but maybe largely static models that are point solution focused, that you can have one tool that can do more and ultimately reduce cost of your marketing tech stack while increasing the opportunity for future revenue and profit. So fundamentally, instead of buying a model for attribution and a tool for your marketing mix and another one for your churn and another one for your lifetime value, another one for cross-sell and upsell, another one for attribution, and another one for personalization, those activities can largely be coalesced with more efficiency and more profit and better outcomes in one tool. And that's what we've been building at Squark.